hate him, I hate him, I hate him. I hate my handsome history teacher so much that I want to cut his shiny hair, burn his perfect clothes, and make his tight pants loosen up. I want to make him so messy that no girls in my university will call him perfect. His ego is bigger than his bulky body. Miss Jung. A stern voice resonated in the quiet classroom, but the one who should have responded was still in her thoughts, making him walk near her desk. Miss Jung Gian. His cold and stern voice made her flinch in surprise as her gaze met his merciless eyes, devoid of any emotion. Yes, Mr. Jeon, she hurriedly straightened up. Who led the liberal revolution in Europe? Answer me. His sudden question made her look at him dumbfounded, and she quickly tried to peek into her best friend's notebook. I didn't say you could use a book. His voice was on the peak of bursting out. I don't know, he said in a timid voice while keeping her gaze down. Jungkook's eyes were filled with rage as he looked at her distorted face. His jaw clenched as he spoke with dominance. If you keep being so distracted during my class, then I'll have no choice. His taunt made Yen filled with shame, as she always gets low marks in his subject. No matter how much she studies history, she would never remember anything. So she obediently nodded her head, making Jungkook sigh and gaze at her notebook. Where are your notes, Miss Jung? Yen gulped and tried to gather her courage before answering. Sorry, I didn't take them. Don't say sorry to me, say sorry to your parents who keep wasting their money on you. And why didn't you take your notes? His angry voice was echoing throughout the classroom, making all the students intimidated. Ian was also on the verge of tears when he completed his sarcasm. I want you to borrow your boyfriend's notes and complete it. Once he warned Ian, striding back to his seat, he continued the class. A few minutes later, the lecture ended as everyone stood up. Miss Jung, you are gonna sit here and complete your notes, he said, sitting on his chair as everyone left. Nick, can I give you the notebook tomorrow? She asked. Jungkook was silently sitting on his chair with a pile of papers in front of him. He was marking the papers as Yen looked at him secretly, cursing him under her breath. But she didn't know that the quiet classroom was easily making his sharp ears hear her words. The main issue for him was that she gets good marks in all other subjects, so why did she get so low marks in his subject? But as he noticed her behavior, he understood she tends to get distracted every moment. Finally, after 30 minutes, I'm done with today's notes. So I stood up to show Mr. Jeon my notes, but I felt like my skirt was stuck somewhere, making me frown. I tried to pull it back, but it didn't come out, so I tugged it hard. I'm done, sir, he said, glanced at her, arcing his one eyebrow. Let me see your notes. She quickly gave her notebook while she stood awkwardly in front of him. He is a perfectionist. Fine, you can go now, but you should work on your penmanship. Your handwriting is worse than the first readers, he said in a voice laced with sarcasm as she gave him a fake smile, cursing him in her head. As soon as Jungkook gave her the notebook, she paced towards the door in an attempt to get away from him, but his voice made her halt. She looked behind and saw him unbothered as she stared at her. Miss Jung. Yes. So what happened? I'm seeing your panties, he said with a blank face staring at her face. But as her brain processed his words, she was shocked. What? I'm seeing your white-laced cotton panty. Your skirt is ripped in the middle of your back. Her eyes almost came out of their sockets as it dawned to her that the skirt was ripped, and the embarrassment quickly made her cover her back with a notebook in her hands. She looked at him and saw him casually going back to his work of marking papers as if nothing happened. Try wearing shorts or tights so you won't damage the eyesight of your male teachers. Hearing his sarcastic words, she wanted to pluck out his rude tongue, but tried to be calm as she quietly slipped out. When she was gone, I stood up and picked my phone, walking towards my office. Her embarrassed and shocked expression still wandered in my mind As I chuckled, remembering how she cursed me and slipped out. I shook my head to calm myself as I opened the door to my office. Did you finish the mission? He asked in a cold tone as he closed the door behind him, walking towards his chair after giving the 6 men a slight glance. Obviously, who do you think we are? There's nothing we can do. We are brutal food gang after all, he said, chuckling. Of course, Jing-Hyun, I admit you all are the best members of our gang. By the way, J-Hope, Jimin and RM. RM ended the deal quickly after giving them a deadly warning. I was so scared that the poor man might die from heart attack after seeing Hyun glaring at him, Jimin said, chuckling while Jungkook smirked. What about you? How long are you planning to be here as Professor Jeon? I don't know, maybe one more year? They all frowned at his answer. Taeyong scoffed as he said in sarcasm-filled tone, students here are surely lucky the Mafia boss is the history teacher. Jimin snickers at a tone. You surely don't have any other reason to stay here, right? Why are you not sure when you are going? We all know the Russian mafias are searching everywhere for me. They even attacked our main headquarters last time. I don't want to risk my father's company by staying there. And this is the best place to stay long. As Taeyong said, no one will suspect the mafia boss to be a teacher. I'll face them once I make sure we have the solid support of other mafias. I still don't understand they didn't came after us, even when we continued our work. But it seems like they are only after you. Why do you think they are searching for you? Well, they are trying to find their boss, who is my hostage. Everyone's jaw dropped. Hey, you never told us this. Why did you kidnap the Russian mafia boss? Calm down, everyone. I wanted to keep them in check, and it was the most easiest way. I want them. Then why didn't you tell us before? You never asked me why I was hiding from the Russians. You all always believed me and I trusted you. They sighed at his words. It's true they didn't ask before because they trusted him. But since he was here for almost a year, they asked now. Never mind, think of this as a vacation. You'll be slammed with work once you step inside the company. Till then, you all should take care of everything. Even I want to join here as a professor. I bet the girls here will be pretty hot. No, you can't be a professor here. You will go around flirting with every woman here. This is an university and I made strict rules for discipline. You're already behaving like a jealous husband as if I'm going to flirt with your wife. Gosh, it's true. You are the only one who had never flirted with anyone. I'm already feeling sorry for your girlfriend. At least tell us what type of woman you like. We'll find her for you. It's not an important topic to discuss now. You all should go now and I'll leave soon. They all sighed at his usual cold behavior and left the office. He sat with his eyes closed as he remembered the incident earlier. His mind wandered around her figure as he reckoned her every detail, from her thick legs to her full breast, her hourglass figure, and the only thing he could remember. Suddenly, his cold heart never wandered around women all this time. He was a brilliant student since childhood, having mastered business and history subjects. He was a cold-hearted businessman and the secret mafia boss. His grandfather was the leader of the mafia syndicate which was passed down to him. Next day. Finally, today is the day for our university trip. I was so excited for this trip because I'll be free from Mr. Jeon's lecture. I'm going to enjoy this trip to the fullest. Nick came and sat beside me in the bus. I was already enjoying my window seat when I saw the most unlucky sight of today. Nick, yeah, was Mr. Jeon, our assigned teacher for the trip? Nick scoffs. He's the head of the professors committee. Of course he'll be with us. He won't have the time to scold us. Today Miss Helena is gonna be with us as well. I bet she won't leave Mr. Jeon alone. Hearing this, Ian chuckled and relieved, knowing they can be sure about Miss Helena's obsession with handsome men. As they predicted, Jungkook entered the bus and Helena started the conversation with him without letting him say anything.
She was continuously trying to touch him as she sat beside him. What do you like to do, Mr. Jeon? Jungkook sternly said work. What do you like to eat? Food. You are a humorous person, she said, laughing faintly. By the way, are you free on this Sunday? Jungkook coldly denied. Helena was embarrassed and Jungkook didn't reply to her provocations, but she chose to continue flirting till they reached their destination. Jungkook kept replying to her questions out of respect, but his tone was obvious sarcasm. Past midnight in the hotel. This is the satisfaction after roaming around all day. The trip was so fun, right, Ian? He asked, moving leisurely in the pool water. Of course, I enjoyed the embarrassed look on Miss Helena's face more than the monuments. By the way, is it really alright for us to sneak into the teacher's swimming pool like this? Ah, don't worry about that. Today everyone is tired and it's past midnight, so none of the teachers will come to swim in this freezing cold night. And isn't it unfair? The teacher's lounge pool is huge, while our students' pool is compact. Yen nodded. Yen, why do you avoid wearing the swimsuit in front of others? You look beautiful in it, he said nonchalantly swimming. You know I hate the looks given by others. I don't hate my body, but I don't want them to give me dirty looks. You don't need to care about others, they are fools. Just ignore them. Yen chuckled, hearing his annoyed tone. Yes, brother, I'll remember your advice. You are my best cousin, bro, she said, chuckling. I know, right, but I pity those who think I'm your boyfriend. Fine then, let's see who swim faster, she said, jumping into the pool, and they both started their childish fight in water splashing and swimming race. 1 hour later. Yen, I'm tired now, let's go back. I want to be here more. You can go back. I'll come soon. Fine, but come back soon. Yen nodded as Nick stepped out of the pool, taking his towel with him. He went out. Yen smiled to herself as she was alone and submerged into the water, letting her thoughts and insecurities go away. She slowly swims inside the pool, making her body cut through the cold water, and her wet hair flows with the small waves near her. Stretching myself, I walked into the pool area. I have been trying to avoid Miss Helena since the moment I stepped out of the bus. She keeps clinging on to me, making me irritated, but I can't show my true nature here. To calm my mind, I thought of swimming when no one will be here. After he jumped into the pool, he let the water cover his whole body as he enjoyed the feeling of cold water. A few seconds later, he flew towards the deck area where he saw his spotter, but a sudden splash sound made him halt and turn back. Turning back, I saw a slender waist with arms and long hairs covering her back. A woman with hourglass figure pushed her wet hairs back as she took a deep breath. In just a single glance, I knew who she was. Yen. She was back facing me. Jungkook wanted to ensure her to not panic, but his eyes were struck on the swimsuit she wore. Her thin garment was almost transparent due to being in water for so long, and her pants were enhancing her curvy thick hips, making him gulp as he stared at her. Embarrassed, Yen quickly tried to move back, but lost her balance. My body was tightly pressed against his bare chest as his hand was holding my waist and the other hand keeping me stable. Damn it, why is he here? After Nick went away, I removed the towel which was wrapped around my lower body because I was uncomfortable with the thin fabric. Getting self-conscious, Ian quickly tried to cover her visible upper body with her hands, making Jungkook fall. She gulped slowly as she moved back, but Jungkook's words stopped her. You don't need to panic, it's my fault, I didn't see you were here. No, sir, I'm sorry for speaking in the teacher's pool. It's alright, after all, you are on the trip, you can enjoy yourself. Ian nodded and turned to go out of the pool. Wait, why are you going out of the pool? Yen turned back to him with a confused expression. Mr. Jeon, this is the teacher's pool, so I should go back now. Why do you think so? Everyone wears swimsuit. Swimsuits don't look good on me, and this one is very thin. My mother forced me to take this. This swimsuit looks really good on you. You don't need to get self-conscious or something like this. Yen's eyes wide and seeing her cold and strict professor speak like this. Even Jungkook realized what he said. He quickly added, I mean, you need to appreciate your body and love yourself. Be confident. If you love yourself, then others will love you too. Ian slightly nodded as she understood his intentions. It's been so long since we swam together, right, Miss Olivia? Yes. Yes, it was on last trip that we went swimming. They both were walking towards the pool area while being engrossed in their conversation. The closet was compact and dark, making both of their bodies touch each other. Knowing Ian was getting uncomfortable, Jungkook tried to put his hand on the side of the closet, but Ian was already locked between his arms, making her gulp. As they heard water splashing sounds, Ian tried to say something. Why are we here hiding? What do you think they'll think when they see us together in the pool? That too, half naked. I'm sorry, sir, you are in trouble because of me. Her voice stopped, and she felt a small slippery thing falling from her door and her back, making her flinch and shout and say, ah! John quickly put his hand on her mouth to stop her scream. He wired suddenly to stop screaming. What happened? So something fell on my back. I think it's a lizard. Don't worry, it's just a lizard. It won't hurt you. Still, it's a creepy lizard. As if the lizard was offended, it again jumped on Ian, making her scream. It again jumped on me. I think it's on my back, she whispered in a scared tone, clinging onto Jungkook's bare chest. I'm going to touch your back to see if there's a lizard, alright? He quickly nodded at his chest. Ian flinched at his cold hand and touching her bare back, but she tried to stay calm to get rid of the lizard. Jungkook slowly moved his hand on her back, as if their bodies had a different mind whose orders they obeyed. They both moved closer to each other. Ian was now tightly pressed against him, while his one hand still on her back and the other holding her slender waist. I shoved the small lizard away when I touched her smooth back, but the feeling of her skin against mine felt too good to move back. When she stepped more closer, my body automatically got turned on, making me gulp. They both came out of their world when they heard some shuffling sound, and Ian quickly stepped back, embarrassed, making Jungkook move back too. But the cramped place was too small to maintain a good distance. I'm sorry, Helena, I know you wanted to swim more, but since I didn't complete my work yet, I need to get it done today. It's alright, I had fun swimming with you. It would have been more fun if Jungkook was here, she said, smirking, making Olivia chuckle. You were already sticking to him all day, at least let him sleep in peace. He's so handsome, I can't stop myself when I'm in front of him. Yeah, let's go inside, she said, picking up her towel, and Helena followed behind. Ian looked at Jungkook, who seemed annoyed by their conversation, and once Helena left, she sighed in relief. A few minutes later, Ian slowly opened the door and stepped outside as Jungkook followed behind. I should go now, she said, and quickly tried to go. When Jungkook stopped her, he went towards the chair and brought his towel with himself. Here, take this, the wind is cold. You'll get sick if you go wearing wet swimsuit now. Thank you. Before she could complete, they heard a small gasp behind them as they saw Helena standing there glaring at Ian. What the hell are you doing here, Miss Jeon? And especially in that skimpy swimsuit. Jungkook and Ian both were shocked to see Helena here, but her stern question made each gulp and lower her head in shame. She didn't know this was the teacher's pool and came here unknowingly. I'm sorry, ma'am, I mistook the instructions and came here. When I came here, no one else was here, and after some time, Mr. Jeon came here. I didn't know this. You aren't dumb, right? At least wear some decent clothes before wandering around at night. Ian looked at Helena and then her clothes. Helena was wearing more skimpy clothes than her. Her swimsuit was just a small piece of thin fabric, making Ian embarrassed to even look at her, and here she was lecturing her about decent clothes. I'll keep that in mind, Miss Helena. I should go now, she said, and turned back to go away. Jungkook wanted to stop her to say something, but Helena abruptly came in front of him. Jungkook, are you here for swimming? Let's swim together. I don't want to swim anymore. Oh, I forgot my water bottle, so I came to pick it up, but my luck is great since I saw you here. "Hmm, I'll go now, I'm not feeling well," he said and rushed inside before Helena could say anything else. Next day. Shit, it feels like I'm going in the lion's den. I just want to vanish into the thin air. Why the hell does Miss Helena wants to meet me? For God's sake, she would scold me more, even when we are on a trip. Can't she let that matter go? "Man, you called me." Helena, who was sitting on the couch, looked at Ian and nodded with a cold face. "Yes, I wanted to know your feelings about yesterday. I already said I'm sorry for going there." "I didn't ask you this. I am asking you. You went there to seduce Mr. Jeon, right?" Ian was shocked at her words and quickly shook her head. "No, why would I do something like this?" Helena looked at her and scoffed. "Do you think I can't see your innocent flappers? Of course you went there to Mr. Jeon to get good grades. You know girls like you use their body for everything they want." She spat out venomously, making him disgusted. "Miss Helena, please mind your words." "Miss Helena, Miss Olivia is calling you at the lounge." The student pulled her from the door, making Helena nod her head. "You should go now. I hope you would not try anything like this." Ian quietly went out the room, not wanting to argue with her. Ian's eyes were red and her face distorted as she strode out. I was walking towards the other section of the hotel when someone bumped into me. Looking down, I saw Ian was the one, but something about her felt different. Her eyes were bloodshot red and her face looked like she was going to cry. I saw the way she came from and it led to Miss Helena's room. "I am sorry, sir," she said and quickly ran away, making John look confused and hurt. Thinking she might not be feeling well, he went away. 2 hours later. Walking through the dense forest, Ian sniffed as tears kept falling from her eyes. Her whole body was paining as she continued walking into the forest. She sneaked out of the hotel in anger as she didn't want to see Helena or Jagger anymore. "Hey, why are you walking alone here?" A shrill voice made her halt as she looked behind and saw 2 men standing near a tree. They were wearing torn clothes with broken alcohol bottles in their hands. "I was going home," she said slowly as their eyes wandered around her bag and clothes. "Then let me get you home." "I know the way around here," he said with a devilish smirk, walking towards Ian, and the other followed behind. No, I can go alone. I don't need your help." She refused, but the man hastily grabbed her hand as he spoke. "Oh baby, but we want to help you, so listen to us and be a good girl," he said in his disgusting voice. His tight grip on my wrist made me wince in pain, and they seemed to enjoy my pain, which made me more furious. I looked at the broken glass bottle in his hand and kicked his hand, snatching the glass bottle from him. I stabbed his hand, which held mine. Ian hurriedly ran forward as both men were screaming in pain. She ran without looking back, scared for her life, but after an hour of running, she tripped over a branch and sprained her ankle. Thankfully, those men didn't follow her, but now she was more deeper in the forest. I was working in the lounge when Nick came running towards me. He was panting hard with a worried look on his face, making me anxious. My thoughts automatically went towards Ian's distorted look earlier. "What happened, Nick?" "Sir," Ian called me and said, "she's lost in the forest. She told me she hurt her leg and she's unable to walk. Her phone went off when I tried to call again." As soon as Nick finished, Jocko quickly took out his phone and said Nick to stay calm. He assured him that he'll find her soon. Nick insisted on coming with him, but he refused, saying he should be here to give any excuse. Running towards the forest, I called Sugar to give the footage of the hidden cameras in the forest installed to prevent animal hunting. I stopped and saw the footages, making my blood boil. Those combats dare to harm her. She is a stubborn girl, but she is the most innocent person he has ever seen. All his life he had met many women who were pretending to be fragile and innocent for money and power. But for the first time in his life he met Ian, who despised him and hated him with all her heart. I walked slowly as I heard sniffling and crying sounds nearby. Looking around, I almost mistook Ian for a petite animal. Her clothes were dirty and leaves with twigs stuck on her hair and clothes. She was shitting at the She looked up as soon as she heard his voice. Her eyes were swollen while her tears stained her cheeks. She burst into crying as she jumped on him. A few minutes later, she calmed down as she wiped her face and stopped crying. I called Nick, she said slowly as she moved away from his arms, making him sad. I can't send him alone when I know it's a dangerous place. But why did you run away, and that too into this forest? I wanted to go home, so I walked this way. But I lost my way and met some men who wanted to drag me with them. So I ran deeper into the forest. I sighed at her stubbornness. She still doesn't want to tell me the real reason about why she ran away from the hotel. But thinking back, I can still see her hurt expression this morning. So it was then maybe I should still confirm it. This might hurt a bit, but you will find until we reach hotel. It needs to be fixed immediately, or else it will hurt more later, he said, staring at her ankle bone, which was dislocated. No, please don't do anything that will hurt me, please, she said anxiously. Jungkook sighed as he turned her around, making her back touch his front, and whispered in her ear. Nick is your boyfriend? He asked in an interrogative manner, making him frown as to why he suddenly asked about Nick. Poor girl didn't notice his hand holding her swollen ankle and tried to answer truthfully. Nick is my cousin. Ian screamed in pain as tears flowed from her eyes. Jungkook had pushed back the dislocated joint into its position, but the immense pain was unbearable for him. Unknowingly, Jungkook helped her to calm herself and comforted her. When she calmed down, can you stand up? I'll carry you. I'll walk on my own, she said, and tried to stand up alone, but every time she winced in pain. She stubbornly stood up after a few tries and stepped on her foot forward to walk, but the immense pain made her wobble. So, sir, please put me down. I'll walk on my own. I'm fine now. Just stay still. It's going to be dark soon, and your body needs rest now. No, sir, I'm fine. Stay still, or I'm going to leave you here and go away. Then the wild animals will eat you. He threatened her, making her glare at him, but she quietly obeyed him, knowing he doesn't joke around. Jeon kept her head on his chest. Having her in my arms is giving me a weird satisfaction that I never felt before. It felt serene when I saw her earlier. My anxious heart calmed down, but now it's beating. Sir, she asked in a worried tone. Yeah, he said, coming out of his trance. Are you alright? Am I too heavy? You're sweating so much, she said, wiping his forehead. Jeon, I love you. His sudden confession shocked her to the very extent of fainting, as she couldn't believe the person who hates her the most did this. You shouldn't live in the middle of the forest, sir. She shook her head, denying the possibility. I'm not joking around. I really love you. Even now, when I think back, I was attracted to you from the very first moment I saw you. I was jealous of Nick and always tried to talk to you. I liked teasing you, and I loved when you replied me honestly. I love you because you hit me. Jeon was utterly dumbfounded as she glared at him. Did you hit your head somewhere while running here? I think I lost my heart to you after coming here. She was speechless. Was this man like this? I don't know what to say. I'm speechless at his sudden confession, and he even told me to hit him. The hell is he thinking in that big head? Not knowing what to say, I decided to stay silent. Okay then, try quoting me. I'll reject you until you get tired of it, but keep it a secret. I don't want anyone to think I S you, she said, mumbling, walking, making Jungkook stare at her. Okay, don't expect anything from me. I'm just giving you the chance to quote me because I can't miss the golden opportunity to reject you so many times. I still hate you. We'll see about that, and I love you too. You, Jungkook chuckled as she hit him with her small fist angrily, but he didn't even budge, making her whine cutely. He enjoyed her whinings and continued walking with her in his arms. A few hours later. Please have mercy on me. No, please don't kill me. Their screams filled the place as Jungkook's men silently stood watching them. dramatically covering his ears. Geez, their screams are so damn loud. Just a few minutes and we'll silence them. But why did we capture them alive? He asked nonchalantly. Jacob told me that he'll deal with them himself. They dared to harm someone special to him, he said, smirking at the end. Poor them, I bet they'll not even go to hell if we decided to deal with them. But do you know who is she? I think I know. He took out his phone and showed the footage of Jeon in the forest, making others giggle at her boldness. She is perfect for him. He chuckled as he saw Jeon throwing soil into the man's eyes.